Just the name, music. It bespeaks spirituality and sophistication and solemnity in silly songs, sensuousness in skipping and squeaking and squawking sounds in special sonatas and symphonies, and so much swaying and swooping and special sauce that we call soul. It bespeaks the blues and saying what you have to say. In it is everything from the movements of the heavens to the chirping of crickets, the ringing of church bells and the ringing of a cell phone alarm, the splashing of water and the howling at the moon, the whispers of new lovers, the cacophonous cadence of embattled couples, and the lonely cry of the brokenhearted. Music is the exhortations of a country preacher and the sound of the midnight moan. It's the super trite jingle of a TV commercial and the ditty that identifies a video game. The identifying theme of a movie and the sound of an entire ethnic group. It can also be the travail of Southern slaves collected in song. The voice of morning prayer that stops cities and the anthem that calls a nation to attention. In music, there's the recorded history and memory of a people brought to life. At every performance, the tying together of generations, an expression of pride and ultimately love, and also a sense of belonging. This music is something. It can reorder emotions, can awaken thoughts, can raise morale, and open the mind's eye with a single golden note. Music is consciousness made physical through the razor's edge of performance. It's consciousness forced into truthfulness through the pressures of time. You don't have the time to lie. Music is always now. That's why the art of band directing is so serious. You are the custodians of your own legacy and of ours. You bring students into a knowledge of themselves and their capabilities through their relationship to each other and to music. And that's why, regardless of circumstance, you must also be teacher and counselor and friend and parent and social worker and fundraiser and cheerleader, referee and politician. That's why you must be a community dreamer, builder and activator. Music demands that level of sacrifice. It can take us soaring into the heavens and it can lay us down in a grave of woe. And the relationship between band director and student can be as complex and simple as the relationship between brass and woodwinds, between the trumpets and the jealous trombones, and between everyone and percussionists. I always love the fact that instruments are grouped in families and that the entire band becomes a single family with all the joys and dysfunctions appertaining thereunto. I love the fact that sections will compete, and it's healthy, but it's a director's job to bring everyone together because that's the ultimate point and the teaching tool of music. Be together and stay together. You better do it at least for the duration of this piece. The desire to sound good forces us to play together in time and in balance. We have to do this to sound good. And we hope to play something worth fighting and working together for. In music, we can't go to sleep on an argument. The performance is the final word. And hopefully, all of this working and pulling together is done in the service of a quality of music worthy of your supreme effort. Substantive music justifies our sacrifice. A lifetime involvement with the profound and immediate truth of music shapes who we are, and it compels us to share the best of what we have and what we have learned with our students. And who amongst us, of the directors, cannot remember in an instant, for better or for worse, our high school choir, band, or orchestra director? Who cannot remember the procession of teachers, private and otherwise, our section mates, and our most important musical triumphs and failures? Many of us here tonight, we have teachers who have passed away. But even now, in this public moment, we can reflect with an uncommon suddenness of emotion on how much that teacher gave of themselves to make us better musicians, students, to make us better people. Though thoroughly economically unrewarding, music teacher is a sacred profession. It's as sacred as it gets. And just as you never forget your band director, you are now an important guidepost on the landscape of your students' lives forever. And what are we to make of this position and power? What are our responsibilities to our students and to our blood families who sacrifice so much of their time to this extended family of families? We owe this sacrifice an investment in substance, the pursuit of quality, and an undying enthusiasm for improvement. I think an important answer is to be found in surveying our former students. How they participate at home and in the life of their community is a testament to the quality of our teaching. As adults, does it really matter that the bands they were in made ones or twos, or God forbid, threes in competitions? What's the most memorable part of their band experience? I often wonder, is what you impart more important than even how good your band sounds or competes? Yes, we teach because we were taught. But what is the greater meaning of our personal involvement in this profession and endeavor? What can we add to the teaching that has gone before to claim our space on the timeline, to participate in the continuum of our way of life? What is it that we want to fix? Because what we want to fix is what fires us to improve and change. It's what inspires us to act. For a director, selecting music to play is the first and most crucial action. The identity of our band is shaped more by what we play than how well we play it. Choose wisely, because only through quality music making and through quality music making practices in substantive literature will our students be challenged to go deeper inside themselves, to play above themselves, to realize more fully their individual and collective potential, to engage in a creative dialogue across time, and to interface with the finest minds and spirits that have ever lived.